Ladies and gentlemen, Danielle Di-Masi is an expert in digital business. She stands at the crossroads of technology and human behaviour. She's a media commentator, an author, and a university lecturer.
What we're talking about in this session is all about who you are in your business and making sure that that transpires and is the same awesomeness digitally. Because I think what happens is when we talk about digital marketing or digital business or social media isn't really anything extra on your to-do list, because you already have all the skills, everything that you already need to make sure that you are as effective as you are offline as you are online. We are so brilliant being human beings: compassion, empathy, connection, human relationships, community, safety. How do we continue to do that and grow in that space digitally? How do we continue to have all of those things, connection and empathy, when so often, when we're trying to build our community and our people around us, we're just alone with some computer screen or a device? I think if we start to look at what's already available to us that we can use freely and easily, then we can start to say, how do I continue being brilliant in my business, but I do so on a digital touch point? What you do as human beings and make that real connection when you're face to face with someone, there's no different when you jump online if you start thinking about that same real human connection. We filter out boring conversations, slipstream conversations like, how are you, how was school, or we specialise in giving you a great outcome for our service. We don't read it, we don't see it. Think differently. Read out what it is that you want to narrate for your story. Read it to someone that's hopefully critical, and say, does this make sense if I was standing in front of you saying this to you? Put that online. Record it into your iPhone or your phone, whatever you have, and then just transcribe it. Make it natural conversation that's interesting. Be surprising in what it is that you put out there. If it's just one sentence, if it's one paragraph, even on LinkedIn, on a website, make it interesting for us to read so we get you. We feel you like we would in your experience if we were face to face with you, that we want to say, that's who they are, and I get it. Whatever works for you offline, it's exactly the same online, and that's why this stuff is easy. So our brains talk to us in stories. That means when someone tells you a story, we get engaged. It's why referrals work, because that means that someone's telling someone a referral, what happened, their experience. Talk at that. You want true kind of connectivity, you want true kind of engagement, or people to really get you, tell stories about what you do. People like us do things like this. You can educate people within your website, within LinkedIn summary, you can contribute to articles, whatever it is that you can get your message out there so we can hear it and understand you. Please stop letting us understand you through someone else's story. We want to hear it from you. And if you can explain, this is what we do here, and this is what our community does, and this is what we are all about, it's that story that we'll get most of all. Acknowledgement and recognition is what we all crave as human beings. We've all been grown up in nurturing situations where it's okay for you to communicate with each other, for you to have relationships. We do it here, networking events face to face. And it's okay for people to come in and for us to meet new people, say things that, and figure each other out. We did it last night, we'll do it tonight, and you'll do it in your business meetings. Why can't we kind of come at this whole digital engagement with this same mindset around how we really engage people, give them attention, and see them through acknowledgement and recognition? Because here's what happens as well with people especially people that have their own business and they don't have time for a lot of kind of digital marketing, is they say, I don't want to put all this stuff out there. I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. Is anyone like, yeah, that's me, I'm busy? You can have your award. That's awesome. You can be the most busy. But if you've got your head down, bum up, and you're so busy, we can't see you, what it looks like. Because I want you to step away and say, what would a 12-year-old say this looks like that I do? It looks like that you're not interested in business. It looks like that you are unapproachable, that you're too busy to take on interesting work, that we don't get you. Maybe you're an introvert and you don't want to put yourself out there. That's fine. Tell us in stories. Put that in your blurb, put that in your marketing, put that on your website. This is how I work. Just because you're an ostrich with the head in the sand doesn't mean everything around you stops. Many ostriches get their butts bitten off by lions because they're such easy targets. And if you don't know what's happening around you, that doesn't mean everything around you stops. It just means that you can't control what you need to control. Not having something that represents you well online for us to go and find out who you are is the exact equivalent to giving someone a weak handshake. Because what this means is I'm not that interested in knowing who you are, doing this whole interaction thing. It's the direct equivalent to giving someone a weak handshake in business. Please have something online that we can come to you, give you a good, strong handshake, look you in the eye and go, I get you. Our brain doesn't know the difference between a perceived threat and an actual threat. That means that it functions from that primal part of our brain that says we don't know if there's a saber-toothed tiger on the other side of that door, or there's just a bunch of people that we haven't met yet. When we don't know the difference between a perceived threat and an actual threat, that anxiety will carry us away with stories. No one wants to hear what I've got to say. I've got nothing to do online. I don't have time to do things online. I can't do this. I don't know where my tribe is. Technology is too hard. That's where all these stories come from. It's the equivalent of walking in, being anxious into a networking event, then going online to network and communicate with people that you just don't know yet. It's a perceived threat. So, how do you get yourself to walk through the door? Well, you just came through, right? You just did it. Because it's okay. You've talked yourself through it and you took rational action. You've got a rational thought, you only combat that with rational action. That means if you've got any story going on around why you can't do this or that, or technology is too hard, stop and go, what's the rational action here? I'm just going to try. If I fail, no worries, I'll delete the tweet. Everyone coming to you to engage with you digitally has the same brain. Most of them. What we want to know, we tell them what it is that they're getting from us. So if you're coming here, this is what we do on this platform. If you want to play on social media, so forth, where you're a bit more engaging, tell them what they get. People like us do things like this. When you come here, we like to talk about X, Y, Z. That means that everything that you put out there, whether it's good, great, or terrible content, they will go, this is what we get here. That part of the brain will show them that information. Make sense? That's how you use it. That's how you make it easy and awesome. Everything that you do offline, you can do online, and it doesn't take any extra energy or time for you to break the script, see another person in front of you, and make them feel important and connect. And that's how you be awesome as a professional, and that's how you be awesome as a business on or offline. Thanks, guys.